Thank you for tuning into KGSM-TV. I'm Reed Gregory, bringing you your weekly newscast. To start off our show, Dr. Doug Davenport, Provost and Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, has just announced his retirement today. He will step down from his role on June 30th, and the university will be doing a national search for his replacement. Moving on, Missouri Western students are eagerly waiting to celebrate spring break. The question is, however, will the spring break be different due to the pandemic? Griffin media reporter Alora Maxwell has more for us.
There is no doubt that tourism has looked a little different this year. With so many regulations and surprise closures, many might think that travel simply isn't worth it. On the other hand, many are tired of sitting around in their homes and just exploring their hometowns.
I want to travel more because we were kind of stuck. And we kind of found a way to do it semi-safely, I guess. I guess any kind of travel would be like a certain degree of unsafe, but yeah, we kind of mapped it out for ourselves to do it as safely as possible. But yeah, we definitely wanted to get out because we were kind of trapped at home.
People who have braved the conditions and were able to vacation safely and stay isolated found just as much value in travel as they did before.
There were still a lot of tourists in Seattle. For the majority of the people we saw, they were all just, screw it. Let's travel.
Here in St. Joseph and regionally here in Missouri and the Midwest, we have seen the positives of traveling in 2020. More people are taking car trips for their family trips and weekend getaways instead of flying. Local theme parks have reopened, closed, and reopened again in an attempt to make money safely. St. Joseph has created their Visit St. Joseph Safely campaign with billboards throughout the state and surrounding states, including my hometown of Lincoln, Nebraska. The tourism industry has definitely looked different this year, but with people itching to go out, quick road trips to regional destinations have been a favorite for many, as they are easy to do while adhering to regulations. This could mean good things for Missouri's tourism numbers, as well as the numbers for our home here in St. Joe. I'm Laura Maxwell reporting for Griffin Media.
Traveling is just one of the many things that is different due this year to the pandemic. The university has also seen several other changes. Missouri Western has been facing a deficit for several years and has been working continuously to lower that number. At the end of the 2019 school year, Missouri Western was at an $11 million deficit, and after several cuts and many long months, the deficit is now at roughly $4.5 million. In September of the 2020 fall semester, Missouri Western had roughly a $3.9 million deficit, but due to the COVID-19 and unusual circumstances it has caused, the deficit has increased yet again. At this point, the university is trying to find ways to adjust to try to bring the deficit back down. Vice President of Finance and Administration Daryl Morrison said that the university is expecting to see a little bit of a struggle for just a little bit longer, but also says that the university is making great progress. The university plans to announce more cuts in the upcoming weeks. Coming up, our own Brianna Reed will come on and give us a look at what's happening here on campus and an interview regarding Women's History Month.
As fun as college is, it can be a really stressful time.
It's easy to feel alone.
Even in full classrooms, sometimes it still feels like you have no one.
It's especially easy to feel isolated during these crazy times.
It's hard to recognize the signs when you don't know them.
Don't be afraid to reach out and get help.
There are always ways to get help on campus.
The counseling center is always ready to work with you.
There's also lots of ways to get help off campus.
There are several different hotlines you can reach out to.
Make sure to check in on your friends and family.
Keep an eye out for the signs.
There's no shame in recognizing that you're struggling.
There's no shame in asking for help.
There is no shame in taking care of yourself.
You and your mental health are the priority.
See the signs. Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
I'd really encourage, if you need to talk to someone, reach out to us. That's what we're here for.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brianna Reed. Missouri Western has been working hard all year to get students more involved on campus. One of the ways that students can achieve this is with the new program, Griffs Give Back. Our own Brene Tate brings us more information.
The philosophy of Griffs Giving Back is provide people with opportunities to give back in meaningful ways and encourage them to take part. Griffs Giving Back is a volunteer extension of SGA. It deals with volunteerism and creating volunteer opportunities.
So basically what I do is set up volunteer opportunities, work with local volunteer organizations, and lately I've been working with the Center for Service, and we've been making new opportunities and stuff like that.
Okay. Luke Armstrong is the director of Griffs Giving Back. He coordinates with organizations on campus in regards to volunteerism. The mission of Griffs Giving Back is to inspire a spirit of volunteerism in every student, employee, and alumni at Missouri Western State University by 1. Connecting each group with opportunities to give back to the community on and off campus, and 2. Providing volunteers with opportunities to reflect on their service experience.
All of our student organizations are required 5 hours of service, so we provide the opportunities, and we provide the opportunities for the students as a whole, because one of Missouri Western's thing is volunteerism, so we are one of the heads on that.
With some minor setbacks because of COVID-19, Griffs Giving Back has already started planning events for the future.
Plans for the future, we have a lot going on. This year has been interesting with COVID, and things are starting to open up, so I've been in talks with lots of organizations, and there's lots of cool things coming out. We are currently doing a food drive for the campus cupboard, so if you want to be a part of that, information will be coming out soon, and hopefully more events will be coming.
Be on the lookout for more information regarding the food drive from Griffs Giving Back. I'm Brene Tate, reporting for Griffin Media.
With the month of March being Women's History Month, it's a great time to recognize some powerful women here on campus. Today, I'm with Shauna Harris, Chair of the Department of Communication here at Missouri Western, and today we're just going to discuss some things related to Women's History Month. Hey, Shauna, how are you today?
Hi, Brianna. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's hop right into the discussion. So my first question for you is, what does Women's History Month mean to you?
I think when I think about Women's History Month, the thing that it means the most to me is that we get to bring the things that women have done to the forefront of our culture. Mm-hmm. We get noticed for all of those things that may not necessarily be in the history books.
Right, that we deserve to get recognized
yes.
for. Yes. So what role do you feel you've played in being a role model for students and others?
I don't know that I would ever consider myself a role model, but I hope that I teach my students and all women, and actually men too, to just be yourself. You don't necessarily have to do what society has set out for us, right. And that we can choose our own path, even when the world is maybe telling us a different path.
Right. So, speaking of new paths, with Missouri Western having a new female president, President Kennedy, how do you think her leadership will be different from our presidents in the past?
Well, I think that women bring a different vibe to leadership. Yes. And research has shown that as well, that what women have to do to get into power is different because the path isn't as clear as it is for men historically. And so when we do get in power, then we bring listening, we bring closer relationships, while also still maintaining a lot of those qualities that we tend to see in male leaders. And I think Dr. Kennedy is going to do that for us here at Missouri Western.
I would have to agree.
Yes, definitely.
And my last question would be, what advice would you give to younger girls and women?
I think that if I were to give any advice to young girls, it would be find your passion and don't be afraid to go after that passion. You can do what it is that you want to do. You don't have to necessarily do what you only see women are doing, which is predominantly teachers and that kind of thing, right. Which are great, and women do great at that. You can do that if that's what you want, but that's not all that you can do. And I think that things like having a female vice president is helping that.
Right. I agree. Well, Shauna, I want to thank you so much for coming and talking with us today, and we really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up after this break, Harry Loomis will be here to talk about all things sports related here at Missouri Western.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Thank you for tuning into sports. I'm Harry Loomis. The new Esports arena opened up this month and has received lots of positive feedback. Griffin Media's Josh Pohl tells us more.
March 4th marked the grand opening of the Griffin Esports Arena in Blum Union. The arena boasts several PCs as well as consoles available for student use to game and unwind in their free time. Once students enter the arena, they are given a keyboard, mouse, and headset and walked through the sign-in process. Students are given a designated amount of playtime and earn Griff coins for each session played that are redeemable at the arena gift shop for prizes. There are a variety of free games and options to sign into your own Steam account and play games from your own library. In addition to the opening, the esports members held a 24-hour charity live stream for the organization Second Life, where over $1,600 were raised. The arena has received positive feedback with its opening and is hosting its first Super Smash Bros. Tournament March 27th.
My name is Derek Shields, and I've known a lot of people that are either interested or want to come, but since it hasn't been officially open, they haven't been able to join. I've always been a gamer ever since I was a kid. I wasn't too social, and I was on the bigger side, so I decided video games is where I wanted to go. I used to go to Northwest before I transferred here, and I played Smash for their clubs up there, and I didn't see anything up here, so I decided to start it myself.
With the arena opening and many upcoming matches, the esports program continues to thrive at Missouri Western. This is Josh Pohl reporting for Griffin Media.
And now, obviously, this year has been off to an interesting start in multiple avenues. For our student athletes, it's been an experience that they never could have imagined. And I have with me here today a freshman linebacker and our head camera operator, Damani Butler. So welcome to this side of the camera, Damani.
Thank you.
So my first question is, you're coming out of Wichita, you get recruited to Missouri Western. Could you ever have expected a freshman year to play out like this?
Well, with COVID and everything, I knew it would be a different year, especially with college, and I was surprised with all the restrictions that we had in football in school.
Mm-hmm. So you get 4 games scheduled, you only get 2 of them in. Just how hard is it to stay positive with all that uncertainty going on in the program?
Well, my team, we always worked hard in the weight room and everything, so we were just ready for anything that happened, even with the games being canceled. So we were just working hard and everything.
Right. Now, everything you guys have been through, it's looking like we're going to get as close to a normal season as possible next year. So how nice is that going to be when you get onto the field in September? After everything you've been through, just going to get back to playing football, just regular season?
It's going to be great to have actual games because right now we've just been having scrimmages, so we'll be ready by then.
All right, last question for you. Spring break's coming up. What are your plans?
Just working out and to get ready to come back for football.
All right, that sounds good. So thank you for coming on the show, Damani. We really appreciate it. Best of luck next season and beyond.
Thank you.
And as for me, I'm going home. So that's it for sports, and we'll wrap it up after this.
A leading problem I've faced is a misunderstanding on the part of students of the importance of academic advising. They miss appointments. They don't make appointments. But what's most disappointing is when they come unprepared. Give me a student with a plan in their head, or better yet, on paper. We could talk about their interests, not just about their classes. We could discuss internships, classwork, grad programs. It would open the door to what advising is truly about.
Can I help you?
But instead, they come to me in a panic when they need to register because...
I need to talk to you. I was trying to register for my classes, but it wouldn't let me do it because I need my PIN, and I haven't had time to set up an advising, so I don't even know what classes I need to take, so I just signed up for a bunch of random ones, and I'm going to drop them later. So can I have my PIN real fast? Because I'm still logged into a computer in the lab. Am I interrupting?
Take ownership of your education. Make the most of your advisement by being proactive, punctual, and prepared. You'll open the door to more personalized attention and avoid costly setbacks. It's never too soon to begin planning your next steps at Missouri Western.
Thank you so much for tuning into this week's broadcast.
Make sure to check out the Griffin News for all your campus updates.
We hope you have a happy spring break, and we'll see you here in a few weeks.